Now, Turtle spent a long time fishing, being by the river, by the creeks. And he spent a lot of time on the ground and in the water. And he never really looked up much. Until one day, he was down there fishing by the lake. And he looked down and he saw the blue sky and clouds reflected in the water. And there was something moving in the reflection of the water. Oh, that's a big old wasp. Whew. Okay, spooked me a second. That big old wasp come by. Carrying nesting materials, actually. That's pretty cool. So Turtle saw something moving in that water, but it didn't look like a fish. It didn't look like any fish he'd ever seen. It didn't look like a beaver or muskrat or anything else that lived in the water, not even a duck. That was wild. So with great strain, because you know turtles can't look up very well, their shell's in the way. With great strain, Turtle looked up in the sky, and there he saw, far, far above him, just this tiny black dot. Flapping wings, no flapping wings, doing a big dive, and swooping back up, and just playing in the thermal vents. Turtle strained with all his might, and he called out, he said, "Hey, who are you up there?" It took a couple of seconds for a reply to come back. But the reply that came back wasn't words. It was an eagle, diving down into Turtle's lake and scooping up a big fish right in front of his eyes. And Turtle dropped his fishing pole in surprise, and he said, "Whoa, hey, man, I want to do that. Yo, eagle, you think you could teach me how to fly?" That eagle perched up on a branch, talons and beak deep into a fish. He said, "Yeah, you want to do this? You want to learn how to fly?" Turtle said, "Oh yeah, it's always been a dream of mine ever since 3 seconds ago when I saw you flying. It's always been a dream of mine to be able to fly. Like, I'm a pretty good swimmer in the water, but I want to be able to swim through the air like you. Can you teach me?" That eagle gave him the cold shoulder. That eagle was too interested in his fish, big old yellow perch he got. Turtle called up again, "Hey man, are you ignoring me? I want to learn how to fly, and you're a really good flyer. I want you to teach me." Eagle looked up at him slowly. "Yeah, I don't know, man. You don't have any feathers. You look kind of heavy. I don't know how well you'd be able to fly." Well, finally, Turtle asked a third time. You know, the rule of thirds in folklore. Turtle asked the third time, and, well, the eagle, he'd finished eating his fish. He had nothing better to do all day. He said, Yeah, tell you what, I'll teach you how to fly. I'll teach you how to fly. Now, the eagle only agreed to this because of all these stupid tricks Turtle had been pulling on all the other animals. Hiding in the water, calling on his friends to help him in a race, and thinking he's stronger than thunder, and all this. Eagle wanted to play a trick on Turtle. Eagle wanted to put that turtle back in his place. Well, Turtle, he was overjoyed. He was like, "Yeah, all right, let's do this. What do I need? What do I need? I need a parachute. I need, what do I need? Can you give me some feathers? I need some feathers, I think. Do you have any feathers?" Eagle said, "Nah, I don't have any feathers for you, man. But here's what I can do. So I'll pick you up and I'll fly you, and we'll talk about the thermal vents and how I ride the thermal vents, and then we'll do a dive. How do you feel about that? Just as your first flying experience." Turtle was on board. Turtle was excited to go flying. So that eagle picked him up, and with 2 great beats of eagle's wings, he and Turtle were high in the air. They were way up there. They were so far up there that little lake that Turtle was fishing at, it was a pretty big lake. But now he saw it, and it just looked like a dot, a tiny dot on the landscape. They were so high up. And, Eagle, he's having fun. He's doing barrel rolls and dives and J-turns and all this stuff. And Turtle, he's having a great time, man. He's got his legs going. He's like swimming through the air and everything. Turtle's going, woohoo! Man, this is fun. All right. Now I want to try to do it by myself. You let me go so I can fly by myself. And the eagle, he cracked a wry smile and he said, to himself, of course, he was like, oh yeah, this is all going according to plan. All right, Turtle, you ready? You're gonna fly. Are you ready for this? 1, 2, 3. And he dropped Turtle. Now, birds have hollow bones and feathers. They glide. They can ride the wind and the thermal vents, but Turtle, man, he's shaped like a rock. He's solid and dense with a hard outer shell. His bones are solid, not hollow like a bird's. Well, for those first couple of seconds Turtle was falling, he was having the time of his life. He was like, woohoo! Man, I can't believe I'm finally flying. My dream of 5 minutes ago has totally come true. Oh, this is great. Think of all of the I could swoop in and catch fish on the wing like an eagle. This opens up whole new worlds, new rivers, new lakes, new streams, new creeks, wait a second. I'm not moving. I'm falling straight down instead of sideways like eagle was. Oh no. The realization hit him. He couldn't fly. He was Turtle. Well, he falls and he falls and he falls straight down, maybe 45, 50 seconds of free falling down to that same lake. And he can see that lake getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger below him. Turtle gets scared. Turtle, he falls and he falls and he tucks himself into his shell, and then he starts to spin faster and faster and faster and faster, and then he hits the lake with a great splash, and all the ducks and the geese fly away, and they're like, whoa, what was that? Turtle screaming the whole way down, ah, look out below. Well, Turtle, his eardrums popped, from hitting the water so hard. He's all flattened out now like a pancake because he hit the water so hard. He used to be great and round, but now you see a turtle, especially the ones that live in the water, and they're kind of flat. It's because that time the eagle dropped him from such a great height, flattened him right out. So that turtle came crawling up to the shore, sputtering for air, trying to catch his breath, trying to figure out what the heck just happened. And there comes Eagle, graceful as ever, and sets himself up on a pine tree overlooking the lake next to Turtle. And that eagle calls down, hey, cousin, how was your first flight? Turtle said, that was terrible. I never want to do that again. I'm going to stick to land and water only. Thank you very much. That eagle, man, he just laughed. He looked at Turtle with one eye. He cocked his head a little bit, and he just started to laugh and laugh. And through his laughter, you could hear him saying, that's why people should just stick to what they're good at and not try to be anything other than what they are. Thank you very much.